Martin, Smitty, Vernon, and Anita retire for some tea after dinner, talk about remarrying and whether Rowena or Anita cook better. Now that's living. Vernon and Anita tell the grandkids not to bury the emotions that led them to remarry, and the guys agree, but promise they're not avoiding things. In fact, they're starting marriage counseling. Unlike Ted and Nicole, different strokes for different folks. But getting back to Martin and Smitty, the husbands say it's business as usual. Investigative journalism, supporting Samantha and Tyrell, and a new political campaign. Martin's got to get moving to keep his House seat in the midterms. Vernon and Anita couldn't be more proud, and the newly re-weds head out. Kat and Chelsea meet at Uptown for a Chelsea Kat work chat and lunch. But it doesn't take long for Chelsea to catch her cousin's constant looks towards the door. Kat admits she was hoping to see Isaiah again. She needs to keep him away from Eva, for his own sake. Chelsea just about laughs in her cousin's face. She wants payback against Eva. Maybe Kat should let Isaiah be a grown man and make his own decisions. Then Samantha rushes in as the conversation changes to Kat talking about how insatiable Tomas is. Sex definitely changes the game, Chelsea says, which Samantha definitely makes note of. The ladies notice Sam and try backtracking on all the sex talk. Respect is more important, and consent, and communication, and boundaries. There's a lot. That's cool, but Samantha claims she's going to go eat back at school. Bye. Jacob and Chief Hawthorne are getting into it over being a good cop versus a smart cop when Isaiah walks in, delighted that his golden boy brother is getting yelled at by Dad. But that just turns his pop's attention to him, and how much Isaiah's wasting his potential. Funny he should mention that. Isaiah tells them about his job offer at Banneker University. Jacob congratulates his brother, but Isaiah doesn't know if he wants to accept it. That sets Hawthorne off all over again, but just as he's about to ease up a bit, he gets frustrated and walks off. Shanice and Carlton are in the middle of work talk when Nicole walks up and jumps right into flirting. And Shanice is just eating it up as they plan their dinner date. But Ted ruins it all when shows up mid-giggle between the two. Nicole tells him he has no say in who she sees, and then lays into him about sleeping around before they were divorced. Carlton tries speaking up, which ticks Ted off, but Nicole puts him in his place. She then tries shutting Carlton up. Too late. He twists the knife in Ted about how Nicole needs a man who treasures her. Isaiah asks his brother what he walked in on, but Jacob turns things to the Banneker job offer. And that's when Yolanda texts Isaiah that she and him are through, so take the stupid job. That solves that. Ted brushes past a frustrated Nicole and gets up in his friend's face. Nicole sends Ted away, then turns her ire on Carlton. The date's off after the two guys went all caveman. Kat's horrified at the thought of looking her brother in the face after what Samantha heard, but Chelsea's sure all that talk didn't make a difference. Wrong! Samantha's already back home making out with Nathan. To his credit, he does check to be sure she wants it. Samantha does. But she's not getting it when Martin and Smitty walk in and start yelling, "Hey babes, welcome back to Gossip Delight. It's your girl Daisy, and trust me, today's tea is scorching, steamy, and absolutely unmissable. Buckle up because we're diving straight into the drama." Here are your photo spoilers for Beyond the Gates Halloween 2025. It's spooky season in Fairmont Crest, and your favorite residents are out to trick and treat in style. The Duprees have dressed up, decorated, and are ready to celebrate. Nicole and her dad watch a movie together, and soon things go bump in the night. What has the Duprees spooked? One resident would like to throw her very own special brand of mayhem into the mix. Leslie Thomas. Resplendent in white, Leslie dresses up as an angel and invites herself over to the Duprees. Nicole cannot miss an opportunity to banter with her nemesis and says, "Do you really think you are an angel?" To Leslie, who, quick as a whip, side-eyes her and replies, "Says the witch." Leslie then later runs into Ted at Uptown, who gives her a piece of advice. Spoiler alert, even angels can fall. Stay tuned, soap fans, as this week still has a lot more drama and mystery to lay out. Some key takeaways for the week that's left. Ted and Carlton go to war. Samantha makes both dads angry at her at the same time after making a poor decision. Also still to come, Joey tells Elon who's boss, and not to forget it. And Madison is going to get angry at Chelsea for butting into family business. Does anyone remember the poll Chelsea did? Should she interfere? I guess she chose to get involved where she wasn't wanted. Way to go, Chelsea! Here are your spoilers for Beyond the Gates on Wednesday, October 29th, 2025. There is a clear pecking order in the criminal world, and now and then, people need to be reminded of where they sit and who they report to. In Wednesday's episode, Joey reminds Elon who holds the cards in their unholy alliance. The chief of police has clearly overstepped, and Joey is more than happy to make that clear. Vanessa told Donnell that he is going back to school, whether he likes it or not. And when that didn't seem to land, she played the guilt card, telling him he needs to look after his sister. And that's where he's needed, back at Banneker University. This was actually a ploy to get Donnell out of the way, so that she could resume things with Joey on a personal and professional criminal level. Vanessa's friends won't be as easy to persuade. In Wednesday's episode, Vanessa makes her priorities clear to Danny. This is going to be a fun conversation to watch. Samantha overheard Kat talking about her sex life with Tomas, and this has given her bad ideas. In a poorly thought-out plan, she takes her boyfriend home to her place. And you guessed it, Martin and Smitty arrive home and interrupt things before they go too far. Smitty is furious, and Martin can't believe that Samantha would be so disrespectful of their rules. Look for this to blow up, and consequences are coming Samantha's way. In Wednesday's episode, Samantha angers both of her dads. In Wednesday's episode, Juan Dupree is forced to answer some tough questions, while Isaiah ponders making a life-changing decision. Vernon had a hushed conversation on the phone at the beginning of the week, and Anita arrived at the end, and you could tell that she didn't buy Vernon's excuse as to who it was. Time to fess up, Vernon. Isaiah is about to start making waves in Fairmont Crest, and we cannot wait. Beyond the Gates Daily YAPP. For Monday, October 27th, Bill urges Tomas to stand firm, and the Febreze is back. Welcome to the Beyond the Gates Daily YAPP for a quick, and by that I mean you're already halfway done, recap of the most amazing or what the heck did we just watch moments on today's episode. Let's get to it. Bill was in fine form today. Tomas got up from the table gingerly, and Bill asked if he was okay. Tomas offered an excuse to cover up for the injury he had suffered. When Caroline said that Kat was on her way in, Tomas tried to leave the room, but Bill had other plans. He insisted that Tomas stay, as the fun and games were just starting. When Kat came in, Bill was more than ready. He knew all about the broken penis and went straight at it, cracking all sorts of jokes and innuendos. He could barely contain his laughter when he closed with, "I'm sure you'll get it all straightened out." Kat looked on in disbelief, which just made it even funnier. Poor Tomas. In other news, the Febreze is back, as Nicole cleansed the last of Ted out of her office before Carlton arrived, and after a minute or two of conversations so smooth, I don't know how he didn't slide out of his chair, Nicole and Carlton agreed to a dinner date and that they weren't going to be scared of Ted's shadow. This will lead nicely into tomorrow's episode, when Ted and Carlton go to war. Want more details? We got you! Soap Central has the best full recaps on the internet. You can even go back over 30 years and read each and every one of them. If you can't wait until the next episode, we have daily spoilers too. And whatever you do this weekend, do not. Seriously, do not. Forget to read the 2 scoops for some laughs in the as close as we can come to being a watching party without actually being a show. And the best part is if you agree or disagree, we want to know. As always, share your comments below. Here's what went down Monday, October 27th, 2025, on Beyond the Gates. When Nicole and Carlton navigated her post-divorce waters, Tomas got ribbed about his bone, and Haley planted seeds to capitalize on Leslie's larcenous ways. On Beyond the Gates, Bill wasn't certain that the subdued Tomas was ready for a case. Finally seeing that Tomas was in pain, Bill asked his underling what was wrong, but Tomas claimed he just needed more sleep. Caroline entered and also noted that Tomas didn't look good. She thought a visit from the arriving cat would cheer him. Bill took great pleasure in telling the couple that Tomas needed an ice pack and that he just needed to stand firm, whether in business or relationships. The lawyer rolled his eyes when Kat claimed Tomas had been injured riding his bike. Kat walked out as Bill persisted in making jokes about Tomas getting hurt during lovemaking. Leslie watched Nicole meeting Danny at the country club. Danny offered for her and her sister to go elsewhere, but Nicole affirmed that she was the one who belonged there. Nicole was impressed with Danny's restraint in not confronting their nemesis. Danny said she would gladly show up for Nicole against Leslie if needs be. Leslie phoned Eva, exhorting her to join her for a meal, but Eva saw Isaiah at Uptown and decided to stick around. Danny asked into Smitty and Martin's vow renewal ceremony. Nicole explained her difficulty in watching a recommitment just after her divorce had become final, especially with Ted present as well. When Nicole became quiet about how she'd handled her situation, Danny knew that her sister had pulled something. Nicole sheepishly admitted that she had seen Ted in an attempt to wrap up unfinished business, but before she could elaborate, Haley interrupted. Haley had heard about Nicole's final decree, though neither Nicole nor Danny wanted any of her sympathy. Leslie watched with interest and invited Haley to her table, but Haley refused. "Tormenting the locals is your speciality, not mine," Mrs. Hamilton snarked, as Leslie implied that she was afraid for them to be seen together. Leslie crowed that Haley's husband had tried and failed to squelch her dream of living across from the Duprees, with Haley retorting that Bill shouldn't be underestimated. Leslie allowed that she and Haley were both expert at shaking up the status quo, having gotten inside the gates in their own ways. "Imagine what we can accomplish if we pooled our resources," Ms. Thomas marveled. Haley considered Leslie a wild card and didn't think it would behoove her to befriend someone who hated her husband. Danny understood Nicole's implication that she might have slept with Ted had his hotel's fire alarm not gone off, and had often wondered herself what it would be like to go there with Bill. Nicole asserted that they couldn't go back and divulged that she had been able to forgive her ex. The Dupree sisters saw Haley in conference with Leslie and didn't like the sight of it. Haley did her best to hold it together when Leslie said she could see right through Haley's Sunday school act. Leslie wanted to know what Haley's endgame was, sensing that her relationship with Bill was on the skids. Calling Bill a bottom feeder, Leslie took guesses at what Haley might be doing to him, even volunteering her help should Haley need it. Haley got up to leave. Leslie barely blinked when Haley menacingly told her to stay out of her way. Danny saw and concluded that Leslie had to be the worse of the two if even Haley couldn't be in the same room with her. Nicole coolly told her sibling that Leslie's presence didn't bother her anymore because Leslie wasn't standing between Nicole and anything she wanted. Danny thought it pathetic that Leslie was still grooving on a man who hasn't looked at her since the Macarena was #1. Nicole had to sit Danny back down when she passed on that Ted had done more than look at Leslie recently. "You are too nice!" Danny frowned upon not being allowed to give Leslie her beatdown for sleeping with Ted. She wanted her sister to break some rules and be with whoever she wanted. Nicole wasn't going to use Carlton for revenge. Danny thought that unnecessary and deemed that if Ted had a problem with Nicole dating his friend and business partner, Ted could take it up with the Department of Who Gives a Flying Fig. Nicole relented when Danny said she would go over and cause a stink with Leslie if Nicole didn't contact Carlton that moment. Isaiah told Eva that he had aced his interview at Banneker and been immediately offered a position. He became more humble and said that his passion for his work just naturally shone through. "People tripped themselves up when they tried to be somebody else," he added. Eva could relate. She got curious when Isaiah hadn't readily accepted the new job. When he indicated that he had other people to consider first, Eva deduced that Isaiah had a past. The young Mr. Hawthorne confirmed that he was fresh off a breakup with a girl named Yolanda, and noticed that Eva seemed to have been through her own recent heartache. Eva could tell that Isaiah was having second thoughts about returning to the DMV after his relationship had ended. Isaiah wondered if the distance really meant things with Yolanda were over. Isaiah apologized for oversharing, but Eva found it refreshing that they could get important things out on the table instead of hiding them like most people did. Isaiah respected that Eva didn't want to be a rebound girl. They exchanged numbers after agreeing to hang out, but Kat approached them, hoping that Eva hadn't roped Isaiah into one of her schemes. "That bitch is crazy," Kat warned Isaiah. And you're obsessed, Eva retorted. Kat went over how she and Eva had met, with Eva having rummaged through Nicole's personal files. Eva decided to excuse herself when Kat insisted on telling their entire story, but Isaiah didn't want Eva to leave. Isaiah was shocked to hear that Kat and Eva were sisters. You thought your family was complicated? Eva asked. Just wait. Once Eva was gone, Kat said that Isaiah owed her a drink for saving his life. So Eva is my sister-in-law, Naomi's cousin's half-sister, Isaiah tried to understand. Kat said that Eva and her mother would do anything to be a part of their family, which was how Eva had even been born. Ms. Richardson laid out Ted's affair with Leslie. Isaiah listened as Kat spilled the tea about how Eva had snatched up her boyfriend, Tomas. Isaiah was glad that Kat had worked things out with Tomas, but hadn't pegged Eva for the dangerous seductress type. Kat told Isaiah to take her warnings as he would, after he decided he could handle Eva, reminding him that he hadn't been in town for a while. She just wanted Isaiah to watch his back. Eva came home to find Leslie there, retrieving a jacket she had left behind. Leslie saw Eva's sour mood and inquired about it. Eva ranted that Kat should be happy she'd met someone else besides Tomas. Kat might act like an angel, she seethed, but you don't get that cold and that bitchy overnight. Leslie correctly predicted that Kat had told the new boy all kinds of lies about her, but was at least glad that Eva was catching on to what Kat was really like. Leslie wanted to know how Eva had left things with the new guy, and if she had defended herself. "Lord!" Leslie exclaimed when she found out that Eva had simply left. Eva ignored Leslie's tirade that she had to be better at going after what she wanted. But she did seem to consider things when Leslie expounded that Eva needed to be responsible for her own happiness. "Stop letting them win," Leslie demanded. Bill finished up making a generous donation to a charity in his and Haley's name as Haley came in with lunch for the two of them. Leslie described running into that Leslie woman and how she had been frightened by her. Bill wasn't surprised, but Haley was concerned about Leslie's talk of ruining Bill and leaving him with nothing. She had this look in her eyes, Haley continued. Bill wanted to start documenting any harassment and swore to have Leslie's country club membership revoked. In Bill's arms, Haley snickered to herself. After Bill joked that his wife was no longer trying to extend his lifespan by serving him Orphy Jean's mac and cheese, Haley shrugged that Bill would only have gone out for a burger had she brought him tofu. Caroline returned for documents Bill had signed and asked if Haley had gotten the number she was looking for. Haley smiled through gritted teeth that she had. Bill wanted to know what number Haley had needed. Not wanting Bill to find out she had been searching through his laptop for his life insurance policy, Haley lied that she had taken down a number relating to one of Bill's cases. The Hamiltons laughed over Tomas and his penile predicament. Bill then said he had suspicions about what had caused his second stroke. Haley's own bedroom antics. Haley liked Bill's suggestion of meeting her at home to do some exploring, and Haley grinned that, unlike Tomas, she would leave him in one piece. Nicole liberally sprayed Febreze in her office before Carlton came through her door, responding to her text. Carlton was glad to hear that Nicole was in better spirits than she'd been at their last meeting. Nicole struggled to bring herself to say that any move she might make towards him might seem inappropriate, given their long history as friends, plus Carlton and Ted's business relationship. Carlton thought that Nicole was trying to let him down easy, but Nicole negated that idea. Carlton wasn't as convinced as Nicole that their seeing each other could cause problems. Nicole worried about the reactions of Ted and their children. Carlton expressed a willingness to break off his partnership with Ted should that become necessary. Nicole apologized for getting ahead of herself. When there was something she wanted, she tended to examine every possible outcome. Carlton liked that Nicole looked at the bigger picture and accepted her invitation to dinner. June found Samantha at the diner in the middle of the day. The teen was on a work project, tallying up the sales of Chelsea Cat's purses. After June moved on, Nathan sat with Samantha, who wanted to know why he had ghosted her. June observed disapprovingly as Nathan assured Samantha that his phone had been taken away as punishment and that he was all right with the fact that Samantha didn't want to have sex. Their conversation became charged as they each admitted that they liked the other. They were about to kiss when June banged a chair to distract them. The sparks kept flying, so June returned to Nathan and Samantha's table to try to take their order. Nathan complained, "It ain't like y'all busy," when June pressed the issue. After June left, Nathan snapped that she wasn't getting a tip, but Samantha shared that June was new and that there was no need to make things harder for her. Turning to Samantha's cutting room floor modeling snaps, Nathan raved over the images and liked one particular outfit. "I want to see it on you," he heaved, "so I can take it off you." When Nathan moved to kiss Samantha, June used the milkshake she was placing to divide them, then accidentally spilled the frozen treat onto Nathan's lap. The waitress sent the boy out to cool yourself off. Samantha was furious that June had interfered with her date. June countered that Samantha had said she was going to work on a school project with a friend and reiterated that the girl was supposed to be in class. Samantha knew better, June fumed, and Nathan didn't respect her besides. Samantha labeled June worse than her parents. At least they didn't assault the boys she was interested in. BTG spoilers for Wednesday, October 29th, 2025, reveal that Vanessa tells Danny where her true priorities lie. The Beyond the Gates spoilers for Wednesday, October 29th, 2025, suggest that Vanessa and Danny will butt heads. Danny loves to take control, while Vanessa needs to clarify her priorities. Once again, Vanessa makes her priorities clear to Danny. Vanessa isn't appreciating the fact that both Nicole and Danny are questioning her choices. Nicole has been clashing with Vanessa over their differing beliefs and values. The sisters both know that associating with the likes of Joey Armstrong isn't smart. The guy is dangerous. Unfortunately, Danny and Nicole just don't know how much Vanessa thrives on being caught up with the dangerous types like Joey. She wants it all. She wants an equal partnership with the corrupt casino owner. Ultimately, she wants a place at the poker table. On Wednesday, Vanessa attempts to make sure Danny knows exactly what she wants out of life. How will Danny respond to that? Joey reminds Elon, who holds the cards in their unholy alliance. And why does he have to suddenly show the chief of police who's boss? Maybe this is about Doug's death. His son Jacob is interested in finding out what really happened that night. Additionally, Detective Marcel Malone played a significant role in what went down. He works for Elon, and Joey has considerable leverage over him. Malone had to push back his retirement on Joey's orders. Will Elon and Joey come to a new understanding by the end of Wednesday's episode? Meanwhile, Samantha angers both of her dads. In BTG's weekly video preview, her two dads catch her making out with Nathan. Let's just say they aren't happy with her. Samantha has hit the trifecta of angry parents. June instantly became suspicious of Nathan's motives and even spilled a vanilla shake on him to cool things down at Samantha and Nathan's table in the middle of Orphe Jeans. And now Martin and Smitty are furious with their daughter. How long do you think they will stay mad? Also in Fairmont Crest, Isaiah ponders making a life-changing decision. The spoilers suggest that this decision might involve Eva. Kat told him everything she knows about her half-sister, and now he could wonder whether he should pursue something or leave her alone. Given his growing interest in Eva and his knowledge of her situation with Kat, this decision could lead to a romantic crossroads. One Dupree is forced to answer some tough questions. However, the individual isn't named. It could be Vernon, who fans think is keeping secrets from his wife, Anita, including a possible affair. Leslie is down for an all-star team-up. Haley has other plans. Leslie really thinks she could have an ally in Haley. She thinks she knows the woman, even though she doesn't. In the Monday, October 27th episode of Beyond the Gates, Leslie thought she could strike up an alliance or a partnership with Haley. After all, they're cut from the same cloth, right? Leslie might end up finding out they are not. And here's why. What if Haley really wasn't as unsettled as she made herself look during her conversation with Leslie? Ever since we found out that Haley has been conning Bill this whole time, she's harder to read. Although her motives are simple. She's greedy and wants all the money in the world. She's totally in this for herself, and she's upping her con game to become a Black Widow. Usually, she targets, fleeces, and then disappears. This time, she is looking to off her rich and powerful hubby for the $10 million insurance payout. But she is going to need a patsy or a red herring that will deflect or take the blame while she skedaddles out of town or even the country. While Leslie tried to open Haley's mind to partnering with her to destroy the Duprees, perhaps Haley was thinking 5 steps ahead. Dana is a cocky individual. She may think that Haley simply didn't appreciate her proposal. She might not think that Haley could actually turn the tables on Leslie and set the woman up for Bill's murder. After Haley hightailed it out of the country club and away from Leslie, she showed up at Bill's law firm, and she immediately told Bill about her conversation with Leslie and how the woman didn't like him at all, which he wasn't surprised to hear. But she also told him about how Leslie wanted to ruin Bill and leave him with nothing. Bill wasn't worried, but he did say he would start a paper trail of her harassment. For a smart guy, he really doesn't see through Haley at all. And who knows, if he does start poking the Leslie beehive, Ms. Thomas may go after him on her own. Is that what Haley wants? To try and use multiple avenues to get rid of Bill? Haley threatened Leslie and tried to warn her that she would regret the things she said. Operation Kill Bill is getting interesting. Dark deals and dangerous emotions dominate this week's Beyond the Gates as villains unite, lovers clash, and one secret could destroy it all. On the agenda for this week's slate of Beyond the Gates spoilers are an unholy alliance and a wicked team-up that may form. Additionally, Chelsea and Madison's relationship suddenly turns rocky. This could be a tough week for Haley. First, Bill keeps making it hard for her to poison him. The nerve of her husband. Haley also bumps into 2 of the area's shadiest individuals, and these impromptu meetings don't sit well with her. Early in the week, she and Leslie communicate. Leslie does her best to pitch an all-star team-up featuring the 2 of them. Needless to say, Leslie's offer of an alliance leaves Haley unsettled. Additionally, Haley also connects with Joey Armstrong. This run-in leaves her rattled. Maybe because he thinks that Randy is having an affair with Haley, and Joey doesn't want any trouble from Bill Hamilton. How does Haley respond to these interactions? Will she step up her plan to eliminate Bill so she can leave town sooner rather than later? Meanwhile, Madison is upset with Chelsea for butting into family business. Madison and Chelsea have been together for a while, and all we know about her is that she's a neurologist who also enjoys social media. She was a Chelsea Hamilton fan before they got together. Last week, Madison revealed that she doesn't get along with her mom right now. They haven't talked for a while. Her mom is all new agey and out there, and there is a disconnect between them. Chelsea wanted to support Madison after everything that Madison had done for her, so she decided to meddle. It's a good bet that this coming week, Madison will find out what her girlfriend did and won't appreciate it at all. Will these 2 be okay? Yikes. If Joey has to remind Elon who holds the cards in their unholy alliance, there has to be a reason. What does Elon Hawthorne, chief of police, do to upset the status quo? After all, the buzz from the Congressman Martin Richardson scandal has died down. Could this be about Doug's death? Joey did erase Marcel from the security footage from the night of Doug's tragic accident, and then proceeded to cancel Marcel's retirement. Maybe Elon's curious about why his officer, who couldn't stop talking about retiring, is suddenly sticking around. BTG spoilers for Tuesday, October 28, 2025, reveal that Anita and Vernon have a conversation with Smitty and Martin. The Beyond the Gates spoilers for Tuesday, October 28, 2025, tease a long overdue discussion as Anita and Vernon have a frank discussion with Martin and Smitty. It's been a long time coming. Let's see how this goes. Anita and Vernon have a long overdue discussion with Martin and Smitty. Smitty and Martin are adjusting to their new normal. They're celebrating now that they have renewed their vows. Also, their kids are reeling from the news that June is their biological mother. This long overdue conversation could encompass everything that has happened over the past few months. Anita and Vernon will undoubtedly give the couple some advice. Perhaps they will offer the same wishes they gave to Danny and Andre, who are newlyweds. Chelsea and Kat's candid conversation causes someone close to them to enact an impulsive plan. Whatever information is exchanged between the 2 is enough to trigger someone to take the necessary action. It's unclear who this third party is. It's possible that it could have something to do with Chelsea's partner, Madison. According to the teasers, the two are about to hit a rough patch. This conversation could also reveal someone's secret, fears, or a plan related to one of their issues. Ted and Carlton go to war. Carlton wants to make a play for Nicole. Ted might be against it. But he can't do anything about it since Nicole wants to move on. In BTG's weekly video preview, there is a sneak peek of a scene at the hospital where Ted and Carlton begin to battle it out over Nicole. Beyond the Gates spoilers for the week of October 27 to 31 hint at bombshells and drama in Fairmont Crest. Ted Richardson goes head-to-head with Carlton Fitzgerald, while Tyrell Richardson defends Samantha Richardson's honor. Plus, Isaiah Hawthorne has a life-changing decision ahead of him. Beyond the Gates spoilers for the week of October 27 to 31 reveal that Nicole Richardson could trigger a war between Ted and Carlton. During the Monday, October 27th show, Danny Dupree will encourage Nicole to make a bold move. From the sounds of it, she'll give her sister the boost in confidence she needs to make a real move on Carlton. With that said, Ted will catch wind of this somehow, and he will have a major confrontation with Carlton on the Tuesday, October 28th show. As the days go by, Ted will find himself attempting to forge a new path with Leslie Thomas. Across town, Samantha will get a bad idea when she overhears Catherine "Cat" Richardson talking about her steam sessions with Tomas Navarro to Chelsea Hamilton. This will trigger Samantha to get hot and heavy with her new boyfriend, Nathan. However, much to their horror, Bradley "Smitty" Smith and Martin Richardson will walk in on the two, and the aftermath won't be pretty. Samantha's dads will be very upset at her actions, but that won't be where the drama ends. In fact, as the days go by, Tyrell will defend Samantha's honor, so it sounds like she may get some slack from schoolmates. In an interesting twist, Tyrell defending his sister will impress Jessica. So there's that. Over to Isaiah. He'll have a life-changing decision to make. What could this be about? Meanwhile, his dad, Elon Hawthorne, will be placed in a corner when Joey Armstrong reminds him who's boss. Meanwhile, Vanessa McBride will be blunt to Danny and tell her exactly where her priorities lie. Will she let her friend know just how much she cares for Joey? In some interesting BTG teasers, a member of the Dupree family will be forced to answer some hard questions. What could this be about? Speaking of Joey, he'll rattle Haley Hamilton when the two have a run-in, while Bill Hamilton will do something to give Haley a peace of mind. Is this about his $10 million life insurance policy? Beyond the Gates spoilers imply that Vernon Dupree and Nicole will have some fun Halloween plans. However, they will be derailed by an intruder, as well as a fellow family member who needs advice. Elsewhere, Dr. Madison Montgomery will be upset with Chelsea after her gal pal interferes in family business. Will Chelsea reach out to Madison's mom in hopes the two can work things out? Finally, Anita Dupree will experience a twist at a yearly event that could heal wounds of the past, while Eva Thomas is presented with a heartfelt offer that could help a relationship of hers. Are you looking forward to the week of October 27 to 34? Comment below. Watch your favorite CBS soap daily and check out CTS often for the best Beyond the Gates spoilers, news, and updates. Beyond the Gates spoilers for Tuesday, October 28th, hint at some bombshells in Fairmont Crest. Nicole Richardson's men clash, while Samantha Richardson Smith eavesdrops. Plus, Anita Dupree and Vernon Dupree have a long overdue conversation. Find out about what's going down during Tuesday's show below. Beyond the Gates spoilers for Tuesday, October 28th suggest that Anita and Vernon will have a long overdue chat with Bradley "Smitty" Smith and Martin Richardson. It sounds like the four of them will celebrate the Smarty reunion and the obstacles the super couple overcame to make it back into each other's arms. With that said, Vernon seems to be hiding something from Anita, so will the CBS soap continue to foreshadow trouble between the Duprees? Across town, Nicole's men, Ted Richardson and Carlton Fitzgerald, will clash. While Ted and Nicole's marriage is over, Ted doesn't seem ready to watch Nicole move on. How ugly will things get when these two share a heated confrontation? Will Nicole be able to cool the situation down? Meanwhile, Beyond the Gates spoilers for Tuesday reveal that Catherine "Cat" Richardson and Chelsea Hamilton will be uptown when Samantha listens in on a conversation. Cat will spill the tea on her sheet sessions with Tomas Navarro, which will give Samantha some wrong ideas and set a new plan in motion. During this week's BTG preview, Kat is shown talking about her time with Tomas, and the next scene shows Samantha on her family's couch, making out with Nathan. Of course, her two dads will interrupt, but it looks like Samantha will take her new romance to the next level, thanks to her Aunt Kat's stories. What storyline are you most looking forward to during Tuesday's show? Share your thoughts. Tune into the CBS Soap Daily and check out CTS often for the best Beyond the Gates updates, spoilers, and news. Beyond the Gates spoilers indicate some bombshells the week of October 27 to 31st, and there are also some casting changes to talk about too. Who's coming and who's going on the CBS soap over the next 5 days? Read more below. Samantha Richardson's new boyfriend, Nathan, will take center stage during the week of October 27th. Things will get hot and heavy between Nathan and Samantha on the household couch, and the teen couple will get caught by her two dads, Bradley Smitty Smith and Martin Richardson. As the days go by, it sounds like Nathan will tell the rest of the school about what he and Samantha did, as Tyrell Richardson will defend his sister's honor. The only silver lining is that Tyrell's love interest, Jessica, will be impressed at the lengths Tyrell goes to support his sister. Jessica reappeared on the canvas during the week of October 20th, so it sounds like Martin and Smitty are not only dealing with raising teens, but raising teens who date. Finally, the kids' bio mom, June, will also appear on the Monday, October 27th episode. The Bold and the Beautiful's Ridge Forrester, played by Thorsten Kaye, was on BTG twice this past week, although he appeared via a phone conversation and did not actually come to Fairmont Crest. Ridge offered Danny Dupree a modeling deal for one of their fragrance lines. However, the stipulation was that Andre Richardson had to join. Since Andre is apparently camera shy, the couple declined the offer. Still, this situation launches a new storyline, as it seems like Andre is keeping something hidden from Danny. Speaking of, actor Michael Mao appeared this week as Keegan, the private investigator hired by Bill Hamilton to dig up the dirt on Andre. Keegan reported it's been over a year since Andre has allowed public photos of himself, other than that wedding pic Danny posted recently, so it sounds like Andrew may have a secret. Finally, Jacob Hawthorne's brother, Isaiah Hawthorne, debuted during the Wednesday, October 22nd episode when actor David Lemay Freeby entered the canvas. From the looks of it, he's Eva Thomas's new love interest, but is there any way he also has a crush on his brother's wife, Naomi Hawthorne? He seemed intense when he saved her from fainting. What character are you most excited about seeing during the week of October 27 to 31? Comment below. Watch your favorite CBS soap daily and check out CTS often for the best. Beyond the Gates spoilers, news, and updates. Beyond the Gates weekly predictions dive in to Dr. Nicole Dupree. Richardson getting frisky and Samantha Richardson getting in trouble. We've got predictions for Nicole and Carlton Fitzgerald, for Catherine Kat Richardson, for Eva Thomas, and Isaiah Hawthorne, Anita Dupree, and Dana Leslie Thomas, for Joey Armstrong and Haley Lawson, and also for Samantha. If you're not following, please reach down and click that subscribe button. Let's dive right in. Our very first prediction: Nicole gets her groove back with Carlton. Monday spoilers for BTG have Danny Dupree telling Nicole that it's time for her to make a daring move. Danny tells Nicole that she's too nice and has a pass to do whatever she wants and to do whoever she wants. It's not even a hall pass since Nicole and Dr. Ted Richardson are divorced. Nicole's free to do what she wants. On Tuesday, Ted is waging war on Carlton. They're up at the hospital, and Carlton is standing there at Nicole's side, and Ted is ranting about how Carlton always had a crush on Nicole. Then Ted is threatening the guy and getting aggressive. Nicole has been hung up on Ted, even though he hurt her with the initial affair, and then, when he slept with Leslie more recently, even though his excuse was he was drunk, Nicole actually seemed ready to give Ted another shot after Kat gave her some advice. I don't know why Nicole is taking advice from Kat, who is in her one and only relationship she's had in her life, and it's been problematic. Nicole seemed tempted to kiss Ted, and then she reconsidered. Then, of course, Leslie messed it up by pulling the fire alarm, and Nicole decided that was a sign she's moving on with Carlton. So, when Ted gets possessive and aggressive with Carlton over Nicole this week, that might be another sign for her that she needs to forget Ted and move on. So, Nicole may get over Ted by getting under Carlton, and if so, good for her. Our second prediction, Kat tries to wreck Eva and Isaiah before it even gets started. Monday spoilers have Eva and Isaiah making plans to hang out casually, and Kat has a lot to say to Isaiah. The first person we saw Jacob Hawthorne's brother talking to was Eva. They had a moment at Uptown over an ink pen, and then this next week ahead, they have another moment and are agreeing to hang out together casually. I wonder if Kat sees Isaiah talking to Eva, or if Isaiah mentions that he met a nice girl named Eva. I'm quite sure that Kat will tell Isaiah that she thinks Eva is bad news, and he needs to stay away from her. So, I think Kat may unpack a lot of the drama and trauma and tell Isaiah that Eva's mom is a horrible homewrecker who ruined Ted and Nicole's marriage. And Kat may even tell Isaiah that the last thing he needs in his life is Eva. I will say, I kind of doubt that Isaiah listens. First, because there are official spoilers that Eva and Isaiah are destined to get into something. I'm still sure that Kat will try to push Isaiah in the other direction. However, you'd almost think that Kat would want Eva with a new man, with Isaiah or with anybody, so that she will stay away from Tom Navarro. But you never know. Kat is still really salty about the fact that Eva slept with Tomas. I think that's all on Tomas, though, because he lied and said they were split up. Now, sisters before misters and all that, but Kat didn't want to be Eva's sister and said that to her, so I just blame Tomas for the whole thing. Our third prediction, Anita invites Leslie to Thanksgiving. Friday spoilers for Beyond the Gates say Anita plans a twist for an annual event, and it may heal old wounds. This could be about Thanksgiving. Already, she told Vernon Dupree that she has invited the drag queen who married Danny and Andre Richardson in Las Vegas, invited her to Turkey Day. But Anita may also invite the other articulates, Sharon Winger and Tracy Tyler, so that Barbara's daughter Leslie can meet them. Maybe Anita is hoping that if she lets Leslie have a little glimpse of the past, that it will smooth things over with her new neighbor. Although, I'm sure Leslie is going to be mad since Anita has said she will not be contributing any new funds to the trust. And I wonder if Leslie is going to run through all that money super fast with the crazy stuff she's doing. Our fourth prediction, Joey threatens Haley. Monday spoilers have Leslie offering Haley an alliance, but Bill Hamilton's little wife isn't sure that's a good idea. Leslie sees Haley at the club and says, "Imagine what we could do if we pulled our resources." Friday spoilers have Haley shaken after an encounter with Joey. So, we all know that Haley's trying to kill Bill. She got that toxin from Randy Parker, who is also a minion of Joey's. And if he got it through a contact of Joey's, well, he may know about it. We know Randy doesn't like Joey and is scared of him, and very soon, he's asking Randy why he's hanging around Bill's little wife. I wonder if Vanessa McBride tells Joey that Randy helped Haley when she had her miscarriage, but that he said his name was Sammy. Joey can smell a rat a mile away, and also a scam because he's a criminal. Joey is going to be confronting Haley after he talks to Randy. I don't think Joey will particularly care if he found out Haley was plotting to kill Bill, but Joey might want a slice of the pie, a piece of that money, to keep quiet about what Haley and Randy are plotting. You never know. Joey might even want Haley to work for him, targeting specific rich guys and splitting the take. There's no telling what Joey will do. Our fifth and final prediction, Samantha's upset when all three of her parents unite against her. Monday spoilers have June and Samantha disagreeing on something. They are at odds, and I think it's about that boy Nathan. Tuesday spoilers for Beyond the Gates have Chelsea Hamilton and Kat overheard. So, Samantha overhears them talking, and Kat saying that Tomas can't keep his hands off of her. Samantha wants this boy Nathan's attention and invites him over to her house after listening to them. Wednesday spoilers have Martin Richardson and Bradley Smitty Smith upset by Samantha. The two dads walk in on Samantha with Nathan. They are hot and heavy making out, and her dads flip out. Smitty is so mad, he even uses all three of her names. You know how parents do. We've also heard June telling Samantha before, "Focus on school, there's plenty of time for boys." But we know June's daughter is really into Nathan. Beyond the Gates spoilers for Tuesday, October 28th. suggests that Samantha Richardson Smith will have a light bulb moment, while Ted Richardson will threaten Carlton Fitzgerald. After some encouragement from her sissy, Danny Dupree, during the Monday, October 27th episode, Nicole Dupree decided it was time to take the bull and make a real move on Carlton. Later, while in her office at the hospital, she asked Carlton out. As such, it seems like Ted and Carlton will clash on Tuesday's show. Whether Nicole and Carlton decide to go to dinner during the October 28th episode and run into Ted, or the ex-husband somehow stumbles upon them sharing a moment at the hospital, he and Carlton will get into it. With that said, Carlton and Ted won't only banter back and forth, Ted will issue a threat, one of physical violence. As Ted and Carlton exchange words, Ted will tell his friend and business partner that he has always had a sneaking suspicion over the years that he wanted his wife. This is when Carlton will state, "Truth hurts," and Ted will reply as he steps up close to him with his fist clenched, "Not as much as my fist will hurt as it goes upside your head." Yikes, will things get violent between the men, or will someone stop them? Across town, BTG spoilers suggest that Anita Dupree and Vernon Dupree will have a talk with Bradley Smitty Smith and Martin Richardson that's long overdue. It looks like the foursome will celebrate Smarty's reunion. Since Martin's grandparents couldn't be there for their vow renewal, they may do something special at the Dupree mansion for the happy couple. Elsewhere, Catherine "Cat" Richardson and Chelsea Hamilton will meet up at Uptown, and the talk will turn spicy. Cat will likely update her cousin and bestie on Tom's Navarro's injury, which was something that occurred during one of the bedroom sessions. This is when Cat will get into some of their steamier moments, and unbeknownst to the ladies, their teen niece Samantha will listen in. From the sounds of it, Samantha will get some ideas on how she can turn Nathan's head. The young girl has been desperate to get Nathan's attention, but sadly, he's only interested in one thing: to land Samantha in bed. Samantha definitely deserves better. And June advised her daughter to forget about Nathan as he's a player on the October 27th episode. Sadly, Samantha only got annoyed with her bio mom. Beyond the Gates spoilers suggest that Samantha will decide it's time to step up her romance game with Nathan by getting physical, and it sounds like she'll take him to her family home and turn the heat up on the living room couch. However, trouble is brewing, as the two dads are slated to catch young Samantha with her suitor, which is sure to make things very awkward and horrifying for the teen. Beyond the Gates spoilers. For Tuesday, October 28th, confirm that Ted Richardson clashes with Carlton. Meanwhile, Anita and Vernon have a long overdue discussion with Martin and Smitty and more. Read on as soap opera news breaks it all down. Chelsea has always been Kat's little confidant. These two talk about everything: fashion, work, bags, boys, girls. Nothing's off limits. But lately, Kat's relationship with Tomas has taken quite a turn. She's practically glowing, and during a heart-to-heart with Chelsea, Kat admits that Tomas can't get enough of her these days. Guess who overhears and makes an impulsive move? Samantha Richardson. After being at odds with June and catching bits of Kat and Chelsea's chat, Samantha cooks up a spontaneous plan. And somehow, it involves Nathan. Meanwhile, Anita and Vernon finally sit down for a long overdue talk with Martin and Smitty. Now that Anita and Vernon are officially back together, vows renewed and all, the timing couldn't be better for that conversation. Elsewhere, things aren't looking good for Ted. He's struggling to accept that his marriage to Nicole is really over. And to make matters worse, it looks like she's moving on with Carlton. That doesn't sit well with Ted, who's always suspected Carlton had a thing for Nicole. Before long, tensions explode, and the two men go to war over her. Beyond the Gates spoilers for Wednesday, October 29th, confirm that Joey reminds Elon Hawthorne of who holds the cards. Meanwhile, Samantha Richardson angers her parents and more. Read on as soap opera news breaks it all down. Joey has never been one to play second fiddle. When he walks into a room, you feel it. The kind of quiet authority that says he runs this. He's the kingpin of his own empire, the shot caller, who sometimes has to raise his voice to make it clear who's really in charge. No matter who he teams up with or what kind of alliances he forms, one thing never changes. Joey runs things. Always has, always will. And someone's about to get a sharp reminder of that fact none other than Elon himself. Their partnership might look like an equal power play on the surface, but Joey's the one holding the cards. In this unholy alliance, he'll make sure Elon remembers exactly who's running the show. Meanwhile, Vanessa is making her priorities crystal clear to Danny. And if anyone knows a thing or two about priorities, it's Danny Dupree. She's had to do some serious soul-searching on that topic more than once, so when she speaks on it, she speaks from experience. Right now, though, Vanessa might not be thinking entirely straight. She's a grieving widow trying to find her footing, and some of her choices are already raising a few eyebrows. Still, she stands firm, insisting she's doing what matters most to her, even if others might not agree with the path she's taking. Elsewhere, beyond the gates, spoilers for October 29th say things get fiery when Samantha manages to anger both of her dads. After turning up the heat with Nathan and getting caught mid-makeout session on the couch, you can bet Smitty and Martin aren't exactly thrilled. And when those two are upset, you know it's going to be said. Plus, one Dupree finds themselves facing some tough questions, while Isaiah weighs a life-changing decision. What kind of questions could shake a Dupree like that? And what big move is Isaiah considering? Could it be about a new job? Or maybe the decision to stay in Fairmont Crest for good? On October 22, 2025, David Lamy Freeby made his soap opera debut on Beyond the Gates as Isaiah Hawthorne, and boy, are we intrigued. Isaiah was introduced as the black sheep of his family, and one thing's clear, he's no Jacob. In an interview, head writer Michelle Valjean revealed that this young man gets a helping hand from someone who will definitely surprise us. She also teased that Isaiah will become a new love interest for one of the show's lucky ladies. On top of that, he's stepping into the world of Banneker University as a counselor, opening up an entirely new setting for fans to explore. He's very cute, he's very sexy, and he's a good actor, Valjean said. I'm really happy to have him on our canvas. So far, we've seen Isaiah in a few scenes at Uptown, including his first appearance opposite Ambier Michelle's Eva Thomas, and the chemistry was immediate. It's like Freeby walked in and lit up the screen. He's easy on the eyes, he's got the charm, and he's mastered that air of mystery that has fans eager to learn more. When it comes to his acting, Freeby delivers with ease and confidence. Sure, it's early days, but from what we've seen, he's got it. The look, the energy, the presence, and most importantly, he's got us hooked. So, for our soap grade, David Lamy Freeby earns a solid A. Now it's your turn. What's your soap grade for him, and what stands out most about Freeby's performance as Isaiah for you? Leave a comment below. Drop your thoughts in the comment section below. Do you agree or disagree? Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more updates. Your opinions matter, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you.